And I'm back with more Apollo Justice. Went through the trial day one and found out that Lamiroir heard Daryan Crescent's voice and accused him of being the one who shot Mr. LeTouse. So that put a little bit of a spin on the trial. And now we're going to investigate again. Hooray! Hey, Apollo! What? Well, actually nothing. I mean, something, or maybe not. Out with it! The suspense is giving me an ulcer. Man, that young and an ulcer? Ugh. Well, the trial today, I was thinking, if you gave it a score, what score would you give it? Gee, I guess I would, I'm just as bad as you. See, it's just so vague. Clearly. Machi avoided a guilty verdict, which is something, but I can't say I'm any less confused about the case. And the victim, Mr. LeTouse? Who would have guessed he was actually an undercover Interpol agent? What a mess. We don't have any idea what he was investigating. Well, true, but we know who shot him now. Lamiroir told us the whole court. It's another mystery, Apollo. I love mysteries. Well, I don't. Speaking of mysteries, what is Mr. Wright up to? Wouldn't mind asking his opinion. Now that you mention it, I haven't seen Daddy around. Well, is he some kind of stray that just wanders in at will? I wouldn't say that, but he has been going out a lot. Some top-secret mission, he said. Top secret? Anyway, you can't just rely on him to save the day. And you got me to help you. We'll be fine. Fine. Right. Well, time's a-wasting, as they say. Let's investigate. That's the spirit. Lamiroir dropped a bomb on court today. It was Daryan. Lamiroir says she's never forgotten a voice, right? That's so cool. I guess. What's that called again? Elephant ears? I bet that's called. Somehow I don't think that that means what you think it means. And she has to be wrong this time. Wrong? Why? I mean, look. Those gunshots were right out during the concert. That's right. I was burning up the dance floor. Right. Did you happen to look up on stage? Maybe at Daryan even? You bet I did. He's one of the Governor's guitarists after all. He's so cool. Oh. Right. Well, the Governors have a rock-solid alibi. He couldn't have shot Mr. LeTouse backstage. But she heard him, didn't she? She heard him backstage, right? Somebody's either wrong or lying very badly. An Interpol agent, huh? I was wondering, what is Interpol anyway? Interpol? They're the guys that catch international criminals. Why can't they just call them international police instead of making up silly names? Yeah, anyway, you think he's investigating Lamiroir? What? Why would anyone do that? She's not a criminal, couldn't she? She couldn't be. Don't be fooled by appearances is all I'm saying. But remember, I'm a magician, Paul. I can spot a palmed coin at 50 paces. If only were that easy. In any case, we know he was working on something. I wonder if it has something to do with that something. I wonder if it was something that has something to do with something. that something being our case, the last something, I mean, something like that. Frankly, the whole thing's making my... Yeah, stop saying something. What was he up to? Uh-oh. Oh. I think I know who this is. Trucy? Was that another one of your tricks? It wasn't me. I can't even make Mr. Hat laugh like... Oh. Wherever the mundane goes to give way to miracles, a word is whispered. Gramarye! Hey, the other day. Duh. We meet again. Nice to meet you. Who are you? And could you stop smirking like that? Oh! Ow! It's you! Uncle Valent! Uncle Valent? He's your uncle? No, silly! It's the great Gramarye, Valent Gramarye! The Grand Magician! Yes! It is I, the great Valent Gramarye, as seen on television. Could you stop smirking like that? It's been a while, Miss Trucy. 7 years, to be exact. My, how you've grown. Good to see you again, Uncle Valent. You look exactly the same. I hate to intrude, but what is a great magician doing paying us a visit? I believe it was you who wished to see me. So be quick with your questions. And do not quail, quake, or quiver. I am quite tame. Though my stardom may sear the sight, I'm quite down to earth when need calls. He does have a certain aura to be true. Let's ask him about the case, Apollo. His aura sure isn't lost on her magician in the making. She's practically drooling with enthusiasm. After all, Uncle Valent's one of Daddy's best friends. That's why I call him Uncle. Wait, what? You mean Mr... No, I mean... my real daddy. Trucy's real father. Wait, Apollo? Don't tell me you don't know about true Gramarye. Gramarye? No. It does sound familiar. Oh, lost life! Lamentably listless lad! To not know of the greatest troupe of magicians on the planet. Names began to surface in my mind. It's a name I'd heard on television as a child. You bet you've heard the name! He made a cruise ship disappear and blew up an amusement park. Oh, and he made all this gold disappear from a safe, and then escaped from a high-security prison. You said he was a magician? I open the locks to hearts chained by mediocrity. This is the true miracle of true Gramarye. Wait. What? I do remember seeing you on television. A long time ago. Weren't you with someone else, like a duo? A duo? Yeah, you had a partner. Yes. Zack Gramarye. A masterful maker of magic. A capable crafter of shining showmanship. Huh? Why is everyone so quiet? Eddie? Oh, no way. Once upon a time, true Gramarye included 2 grand magicians. Myself, Valent Gramarye, and my partner, Zack Gramarye. Gramarye. God damn it. And this Zack was... he was my real daddy. Trucy's father, a magician. Well, I guess that makes sense. I had no idea. There wasn't much point in talking about it now that he's gone. I'm sorry. No, it's okay. I'm not lonely. I've got my daddy after all. And you make me laugh, Apollo. I'm glad I'm good for comic relief, at least. Not that I see Daddy around much these days. Ugh, I've been remiss in remembering my reasons for my visit. Reasons? Two, in fact. The first being, of course, to see you, Miss Trucy. You don't know how happy I am to see you again, Uncle Valent. I'm sure you are. Not one for modesty, are you? When I encountered you at the Colosseum the first time in 7 years, I could not feign to contain my emotions. I wept oceans. To learn you now defend that poor pianist, that blinded boy. It was a hot topic of talk amongst the staff, you know. And defend him you did. Well, it wasn't all my doing. I'm his defense attorney. My other reason for coming here today was this. That's a videotape. Quite so. A recording of the concert, no less. I brought it for you, Trucy, on behalf of True Grammarly. Will you watch it? I'll get used to seeing this over and over and over again. I forget if I can skip this or if I just have to let it play until I actually do the thing. Ugh. I gotta give them credit, like, unless they put that on a wire, how that was supposed to just fall exactly, that's pretty kind of crazy. Yeah, that looks like an illusions trick, alright. It's almost as good as it was live. So what's the word? It's mysterious. More mysterious things than her song playing going on. Way more mysterious. So Aunt Grammarig has good reasons to be here today. I wonder what his reasons were to be at the concert. So I was wondering, that stunt in the middle of the song there. I didn't see a stunt. What about her vanishing and reappearing? Oh, that? Well, I guess I'm just so used to seeing that happen, I didn't even notice. So young to be so jaded. A simple sleight of hand. A petite prestidigitation. I shouldn't have to pronounce that word. I play in D&D all the time. Why did that give me so much trouble? Prestidigitation is a fucking cantrip. I should know that word. Anyway. A modicum of magic from me to you. So that's why you were at the concert. Yes. I was there to watch my trick take to the air. So you're the one who knows how it was all done. Of course. I'm like a deity, with the stage as my domain. I suffer no mystery upon those foolish boards not grasped tightly twixt between my fingers. It is a potent, primeval power I possess. Along with a thesaurus I'm gauging. Well, do you think... Tell me how it's... No! Apollo, you idiot! Hey, now! Trucy? That's like totally against the rules, Apollo. Not during a murder investigation, it's not. There's none, for my illusions are mine alone, monsieur. Also what? Recall a terrible occurrence happened later. Well after my illusion entranced the audience. Oh, don't even ask. I won't answer. Too bad for you. Whose side are you on? I, Valant Gramarye, must take my leave, Miss Trucy. There's no need to rush, Uncle Valant. You should stay a while. I'm afraid I cannot. I mean, I shall. I have been asked to assist with an analysis, and so I shall slink back to the scene. So you'll be at the concert venue? Correct. If you would call on me, come to the Colosseum. See you later, crocodile. With a whirl of his cloak and a wink of his eye, he turned and walked out through the door. Normally. Well, there you go, Apollo. Let's get cracking. Right. Got a few more things to ask him. Foremost among them, that bit of magic. And how he knows Trucy and her real father. Machi may not be guilty, but he's still a suspect. They don't have any decisive evidence. Yeah, but only someone as small as him could have gotten out of that room. Right. The air vent. And he lied. Lied? Machi told me you could see. Oh, Machi! Speak of the devil. He looks like he's doing okay. I forget, why did we come here? It's not like we could talk to him. Words are overrated. Feelings are what matter, Apollo. It's kind of hard to build a court case on feelings. Phoenix does that all the time? But since we're here anyway, might as well get to what I wanted to say off my chest. If you need someone to complain to, I'll listen. I think she's actually worried for me. Huh? So, what did you think of the trial today? I'm glad he doesn't understand English after all. But if he did, he would have been scared out of his mind by all that. All's well that ends well. You have to be more goal-oriented. If he was innocent, we win. Well, if he's found not guilty, we win. Machi might not understand English, but I bet he gets that better than you do. Huh? What the? I'm glad Lamiroir testified. What a great person. She even got Machi off the hook by naming another suspect. Daryan of the Governors, the detective. Wonder if Machi knows what happened. I mean, if he could follow how the trial went at all, no one told him there's a new suspect, how would he know? What is it? Oh, it's nothing. I must be imagining it. Imagining what, Apollo? It's just, couldn't help but feel, I don't know. Machi, he doesn't understand what we're saying, right? How could he? He's a young Borgini and he doesn't speak English. But my bracelet is reacting. Maybe it's malfunctioning? Or it's scared because you keep making those I'm so mad faces. Was I that bad? Machi lied about not being able to see, but what if that's not all he lied about? Well, if you're curious about it, there's only one thing to do. You should ask him. I think it'll take something big to get to him. Some kind of undeniable evidence. We'll be back. So, Machi, you can see, right? He can see and Lamiroir can't. whole world's going topsy-turvy. Sorry, I don't think we're gonna get anything out of him. Which makes sense. I guess it does. Backstage hallway in the Sunshine Coliseum. Okay! Boop-boop-a-doop. Boop-boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. Wow! What a great day! It's perfect weather for sightseeing, sightseeing and sleuthing. Weather matters for an investigation? I mean, maybe not inside. Some days just feel like magic days or defense days. Sure, let's get started, shall we? Right on! Show us your stuff, Apollo. What stuff? Your voice training. It's the perfect place for it. I did enough at home, thanks. Oh, there's no need to be shy. Keep that up and you'll never make it to the big stage. I'm happy in the courtroom, thank you. And I'm a lawyer. Then you're in luck, because it's lawyer weather today. Don't you just want to face the blue sky and shout, "Objection!" Look, the weather has nothing to do with lawyers. Let's get going already. Man, you're no fun. See, this is part of the problem I mentioned in the podcast, which may or may not be by the time this shows up. They are trying so hard to make Apollo just like Phoenix and just snarky as shit, and it's kind of distracting. Like, this dynamic is basically Phoenix and Maya, and it's just kind of like, we don't need the same if you're trying to differentiate them. Oh, shit. Ah, Mr. Attorney. Lamiroir. I'm sorry about today. There's nothing for you. There's nothing you need to apologize for. You were merely defending Machi. Are you okay? Alone, I mean? Humans are blessed with 5 senses. Even robbed of one, we get by. Though it does make being a witness rather difficult. So, what she says is true, and I know this is a person who's been legally blind with some vision. The lie says that your other senses improve. They don't. What it is that you utilize those other senses because you're robbed of one. They don't get better. You're just forced to use them. So I like the fact that they went with the they got by as opposed to the Daredevil thing where my other senses provided me with whatever to improve, to compensate. No. Getting by, and again, I think blind people in different ways, because again, I have more vision, but I'm at that legally blind limit. But if you're totally blind, it's not like you have super sensitive hearing or shit like that. No. It's what you have as your hearing that already exists is something you're going to utilize more of because it makes more sense to do that. Anyway, speaking of seeing, you knew who we were before we spotted you just now. We weren't even talking. I heard your footsteps several times the day before. Oh, you must have great ears. Ears that heard the crime take place. Or so she claimed, but how? That was quite a statement that you made in court. About hearing Daryan Crescent's voice at the scene of the crime. I did not know his name, but I never forget a voice. As I said in court, I was on my way backstage from the stage. That is when I heard his voice. I'm guessing Daryan and Mr. LeTouse were talking about something? The next moment, I heard those gunshots. Why didn't you call security? To be honest, though the noise was quite frightening, I never imagined the gunshots might be real. I was in quite a hurry myself. I left the scene at once. So, if it really was Daryan's voice they heard. Yeah. At least she certainly thinks it was. I met Machi before my debut as Lamiroir. I was singing in a restaurant in Virginia. And he was playing the piano? Yes. He was very kind to me when he learned I could not see. Is that when you started playing opposites? With Machi pretending he couldn't see? No, it wasn't then. That began after our major debut. After I became known as the landscape painter in sound. Must have been tough for Machi, pretending he couldn't see and all the while acting as your eyes. We held hands always. He would write with his fingers on my palm to signal to things I should know. He is a smart, gentle boy. I think I see what she's getting at. Machi would never harm a soul. About Mr. LeTouse. Yes. Yes, he was an Interpol agent, I hear. So you had no idea? Of course not. No one did. Well, I guess that's what it means to be undercover. But someone was after him. They had to know who he really was. Why did he pose as my manager? I do not understand. You have no idea? I can only assume that he was investigating me, but why? What makes you think that? Perhaps it is not so, but I cannot deny the possibility. Because of my condition. As my present is veiled in darkness too, so too is my memory. So too is my past clouded for memory. Clouded? Right. The darkness that I fear is not the darkness that I see whenever I open my eyes. The real darkness lies in my heart. In your heart? I have no memory of the time before I became Lamiroir. I awoke from darkness. Into darkness, you might say. I was singing in a restaurant in those days. What was he said about not being able to remember the light? I do not know my past. Perhaps I committed some terrible crime. Everything before becoming Lamiroir is lost to me. And I don't think you... I can think of no other explanation. Why else would an agent of Interpol approach me? Did I say Interpol? I meant Interpol. Do you think your past might be related? No way! Seems really unlikely to me. I mean, you're such a sweet person. I thank you. Machi too tells me this often when I fear who I might have been. We took a look at your performance again. It was even better the second time. Thank you. That reminds me. That was an incredible illusion you pulled off. Illusion? When you teleported from one stage to the other, remember? Ah, yes. Apparently they hired a professional magician. I was wondering, do you think you could tell me how it was done? I'm afraid I cannot. Mr. Grammarly made me swear to never tell a soul. I was afraid of that. Hard to be a magician if you can't keep a secret, you know. Ah, I am reminded that I wish to speak about something. When I was walking this hallway before, I stumbled upon a small device of some kind. It was lying on the floor. A device? You mean this? It's been lying there since the day before yesterday. Might I touch it? I thought as much. Wait, what do you think? This is one of our headsets. Everyone on staff wears one during a concert. I wonder whose this is. We use it for communication. It would be quite inconvenient if it should go missing. We'll hold it on to you. We'll hold on to it for you then. We'll give it to Prosecutor Gavin when we see him. Yes, that's best. Thank you. So can I put it on? Attached? That's some kind of robot, Apollo. Everyone on staff was wearing one of these. This might warrant some further inquiry. Can I ask you about it? You said that all the concert staff are wearing one? That's correct. You need them to communicate over such a large stage. Everyone on staff had one, of course. All of the band members too, I should think. So Prosecutor Gavin and the lackeys had them too. They're quite helpful, though limited. They only work within 30 feet or so. After all, they're only for use on stage. A stronger signal would interfere with the sound system. Well, that makes sense. I think someone would notice if they dropped their communication lifeline. So why is this one lying here? So I didn't think so. Pretty sure I've done everything. In the wings! That song, isn't that the one Lamiroir is always singing? You're right, guitarist Serenade. I'd love to do a show on a stage like this. I'd come see that. House is full, and as one the audience sighs in wonderment. And there I am, singing my ballad, Rose Petals, swirling through the air. Not bad. Wait, aren't you a magician? Oh, that's right. I was a magician, wasn't I? Some dedication. Ah! Ah! If it isn't Miss Trucy, and indeed it is, Uncle Valiant. Valiant. What exactly are you doing here? I take real responsibility and tasks undertaken. I am inspecting my equipment of illusion to make sure naught is amiss. The Lamiroir teleportation illusion. Oh! Should anything go wrong, it will reflect poorly upon me and my troop. And I went about exacting examination, I happened to notice that piano. And I remembered that fair lady's melancholy melody. Hey, Apollo. Maybe Uncle Valiant can shed some light on this whole thing. Fucking phone. I hit my computer desk. Damn it. Okay. God damn it. Okay, alright, back where it was. Okay, cool. I just have to talk to him and examine the piano. Cool! Alright, I didn't drop anything, I didn't break anything, I didn't stop the recording, thank fuck. I was wondering about the show the night of the murder. Lamiroir's vanishing act was your illusion, right? Indeed. The purple prosecutor petitioned my performance. At the climax of the song, he said, "Make her disappear. Like a dream." Like a dream? Yet, what can I work with on stage meant for musical endeavors? There are none of the conveniences of a stage built for sorceress acts. It was a challenging task, so I accepted. She disappeared from the top of the tower, but in order to move, you had had to have used some sort of secret tunnel. People come to me because I am a professional among professionals. My illusions are custom-made for a time and place. Now, because of the murder, all the eyes on the nation are on my concert. Or this concert. Not a bad thing as far as the fortunes of True Gramarye are concerned. So you were here checking up on your trick to make sure it went well. And went well it did. Now, speaking of pianos, the piano over there troubles me. It troubles you, why? Why do you ask why? probably quicker if I just check it myself, thanks. That's one big piano. Never actually played one. You should get Mr. Wright to teach you sometime. That's no good, he can't play either. I kinda feel bad for the guy. But now's my big chance. Stand back! This will be the debut of a prodigy. Ew. Did you make that noise just now? Let me try again. You know, I think something stuck. Time to take a look under the hood. It's a car! Huh? Look, this was stuck between the strings. Looks like some kind of switch. Someone must have thrown this in the piano. It's an igniter! I know what you're thinking in that head of yours. Gramarye, yes, you say. I recall seeing him on television. Something of that sort. Actually, yeah, you're right. Well, he just read your mind, Apollo. Or everyone tells me they made a good guess. It was 20 years ago. A young magician, a genius of his time, came down among us. His name was Magnifi Gramarye. It was he who began the great troupe Gramarye. At his prime, not a day passed that he did not play upon the screens of every TV there was. I do have a vague memory of someone like that on TV. Yet, several years ago, that time came to an end. My troupe pulled a vanishing act, yes. Cries for magic no longer heard. The TV screens a barren waste, stripped of illusion. That's not true. I still went to all your shows. Like that one in the parking lot down at the supermarket. When you start playing in supermarket parking lots, you know you're in trouble. We hone our skills at the small venues, always awaiting our time. Yes, one day we will rise up from obscurity onto fame shining stage once more. I do this not only for the magic that is Gramarye, but for my partner. Your partner? You mean? Yes, Zach. Trucy's father. Before he disappeared 7 years ago, there was no name higher than Gramarye in show business circles. None. I will see us return to glory. I, valiant Gramarye! Our founder, Magnifi Gramarye, was truly a genius. A worker of miracles. I'll never forget the one I saw when I was little. How he made the whole jumbo jet go... What happened to it again? Apparently someone doesn't remember it as well as they thought. Of all the would-be magicians who came at his door, only Zack and I had talent. In no time at all, Valent and Zack were the shining stars of the Gramarye crowd. Cool, huh? And Zack Gramarye was my daddy. Now that Magnifi and Zack are gone, I have but one wish. Let it be that I, Valent Gramarye, who brings the Gramarye miracle back to the big stage. I'm rooting for you. Miss Trucy, you cannot grow quick enough. I need your skill by my side. One skill coming up. How did you manage to get off the topic of the case so quickly? Okay, so I need to go to Lamiroir's dressing room. So, alright. This music is a little more soothing to call an episode on. So I'll save it here. And I shall take a break. Did I? Yeah, there we go. Yay, I did save it. Yay. Okay. See you next time.